Let me ask, how can strategy leaders ensure that implementing AI agents and their networks doesn't just optimize process it, but also truly respects and responds to the complex human systems that it overlays? Because we are humans, and how does it how do we mesh these things?
I get it. It's a very complex question in that sense. I was in Boston at the MIT last year when I was launching my book. And then I went to a meeting with two Nobel laureates, two economy Nobel laureates. I didn't know they were going to be indicated. They didn't either. So it was amazing to be able to speak to them and all that. And they wrote a book called Power and Progress, and they were discussing exactly the idea of the technological revolutions creating gaps between the richest and the poorer, the more knowledgeable and the less knowledgeable. So this gap is supposed to be widened in the next years because exactly the way the technology is going to be used by companies is probably going to give a lot of margin and profits is probably going to create efficiencies. But that means, of course, downsizing and letting people go. So I think a first part of your question has to be answered with the moral guidance. In my company, for example, I didn't want to let people go because of AI. Could I have done that? Possibly. There is a company, a big Swedish company called Klarna, that does the back office and production for other companies. And they went all in on AI because since they have this customer service assistance, they said, okay, this can be an AI. They just turned it back because
Reverse.
they reversed a part of it because they realized that you're not going to get 100% of your processes AI automated. It doesn't matter what OpenAI or Google or Microsoft or other Anthropic, other LLM AI companies will tell you. It's still lagging behind.
Mm.
Humans still have capabilities, and I'm not focusing on the still right now, but they still have abilities that those AI cannot mimic, not even close. So if you use those tools for research, that's amazing. So a part of the job of a digital planner, for example, is happening a lot faster. But it's not about letting the planner go. It's about getting him to create more projects during his work time. So that's how I framed at my company the way that I was going to get uh, that AI could really accelerate or augment or improve and get down to teaching my employees how to do it. So I think this is the first half of that question. You have to consider the moral side of we're still an organization, we're still a company, a group of people trying to make it to a destination, to get to a point at the end. The second part of it is the technical part behind it.